each and every one of you is doing blessed. You watching right now. Hope you're doing blessed. Alright. So, for today's video, so that doesn't make too much noise, we are going to be discussing, as I said in my last one, we will be talking, everything is shaking, I'm sorry, everything's moving. Anyway, we will be talking about things that keep me up at night. Now, not things, thoughts that keep me up at night. Now, I know, I'm sorry about that, I'm gonna cut that out. I know ASMR is supposed to put you to sleep, but hey, just some food for thought here, you know what I'm saying? Alright, before you're gonna hear some drinking sounds, okay? Watch. I failed. I failed again. Oh, that was satisfying. If you guys didn't know, I like bubble tea a little bit too much. But that's besides the point. Alright, so let's start, okay? Here's my thought that I think of most days out of my life. Most days out of the week, okay? Okay, the light is on now. Okay, so think about this, guys, alright? If you guys are familiar with the quantum realm, you know where things are small, like progressively get smaller and smaller, and like organisms and whatnot. If you've seen Ant-Man, or you just search it up, you'll understand what it is. But basically, right, you take the quantum realm, right? You take a piece of dust, right? You take that piece of dust and you put it in the quantum realm, okay? Right? Just have that image in your mind, okay? Right? So now you have that image in mind, and now we think about the universe as a whole, okay? The universe. I'm gonna edit that out again. The universe as a whole is forever expanding. Right? Forever expanding. Think about that, right? Okay? And we as human beings, if you guys did not know this, we cannot see 96% of the universe. We can only see 4 of the universe. That is what we call 4% of the seeable universe. I forget. I made a video on my TikTok. I can link that. But I discussed this too. But yeah. So take that in. We can only see 4% of the foreseeable future. Not future, sorry. Universe. Right? And planets that we see today, right? A lot of those planets, right, are images of what they look like in the past, because that's how what's called speed of light, right? The speed of light of the image. It took so long to get to our Earth that it is gone now. So when we're looking through the telescope, right, we're looking for light, basically, right? That's how you can see what a planet is, right? Right, okay? So by time we are looking in the telescope and we find that planet, right, that it's obviously the planet, right? But it's the light that we see off the planet that reflects into the telescope. You guys know what light is, right? It comes from the sun and whatnot. Anyways, yeah, that planet that we see is probably long gone. We could probably never get to that ever again. Yep. Ever think about that? Okay, so yeah, right. So think about this, right? Going back to that dust thing that I already talked about in the quantum realm, okay? We are in the omniverse. So you have the universe, which is what we live in, but the omniverse. You know how there's multiverse, right? Multiverse, multiple dimensions that are similar to our dimension, right? So the omniverse. So think of the universe as a sphere, right? There's another universe, completely different from ours, completely different. No similar stuff. It's completely different. So it's like another planet per se, right? Think of our universe as a planet, right? You have more than one planet in that's known as the universe, right? So it's called an omniverse, right? So if you really think about this, at the end of the day, us as individuals, me and you separately, okay, we are smaller than that piece of dust. And you know how small a piece of dust is. Okay, sorry, not a dust, okay, we'll say speck. We are smaller than that piece of speck that you can find in the quantum realm. We are even smaller than that, okay? That is a thought that keeps me up at night. Every night, almost every night. So we all know that language comes from Latin. At least a good majority of the language, you know, right? But how did they come up with language, right? Bro, man, they're like, they put some sounds together, and they're like, that's a word. That's a word. That's how we're gonna communicate. Okay, so think about this, right? Okay, so how do people determine words as they are, right? So, for example, I was sipping from my bubble tea. Who decided that me doing this action is called sipping? Where did that come from? Even whatever it was in Latin too. How did you come to the conclusion of that? How? Tell me how. Tell me how. Because I do not know whatsoever. Okay, right? Think about it. Okay, bubble tea. Where did bubble come from? How do you associate a bubble to a bubble, right? You know what I'm saying? Well, how does that make any sense at all? Think about that for a second, okay? That's pretty. Yeah, tea. Where did tea come from? How did that come into existence? Little things like that, and like, so Latin was the or OG language, whatever, right? But then you have all these other languages. You got French, Spanish, Mandarin, Korean, Arabic. You got the African native languages. You got the Caribbean native languages, etc., right? So, come on, sorry. So, look, okay, for example, let's say I push the mic, right? I push it ever so lightly. I push it and then I pull it. But in French, if I say I want to push the mic, I would be like, je push. Sorry, okay. Forget that. Okay, I completely blanked out there. Okay, let's say I move the mic, right? I move the mic. I'm back. But in French, it's called, I would say, je bouge, whatever it's called in French, je bouge. The word move in French is bouge, bouger. I'm moving, je bouge. Bouger le microphone. Anyways, I took 12 years of French, 14 years of French, and they didn't teach us much in Canada, man. They taught us verbs most of our life. Verbs. Why? Anyways. If someone spoke French to me, though, I wouldn't be able to understand. Anyways, it doesn't matter. But the word push in French is bouge. Where did that come from? Explain that to me. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so that was number 2. Thoughts that came in the night. Number 3, okay, bam. Now, I'm pretty sure a lot of people think about this already, but the concept of a life and money, right? This ideology of money, right? It runs the world. And if you come to think about it, how could we think of a time how could we think that if money wasn't a thing, right? How would we be able to have all these technological advances, right? Right. If you think about it, right? How am I able to record a video to you? Right? How am I recording? How am I able to record this? Take it off the card, put it into my laptop, right? And upload it on what we know as the internet. How is that? How is that possible? Right? Well, we know how it's possible. But let's say, without money, would we be able to do all this? Let's say we lived in a world. Can you guys imagine a world where money did not exist whatsoever? Right? But we continued our daily life to where this was invented, or this was invented, or the camera was invented, or my laptop was invented, or this was invented, right? Because no one would think about it. If you think about it, no one would do anything trades and stuff. And that's what I guess you could think about progressed society in a little bit, because oh, you have this to offer and I have this to offer. Let's trade these so we can both benefit, right? But then with trading, you're not gonna get technology like we have today, right? Or infrastructure that we have today. Like I could show you the freaking building that they're building behind my building. Anyways, that wouldn't happen with trade, right? Now, think of a time before trade. People, you just lived like old days. You hunt for your food and whatnot. You lived in camp. There was homes, right? And then trading brought in the homes, and then people decided, hey, let's trade currencies instead. And so now everyone's like, okay, I want to create something where I can get money off of. So you create that thing that you get the money off of, and boom, development of technology, new development. And then there's war too. Like war back in the day, like conquest for land and all that. Like they're like, oh, bro, off topic, but like, how did guns come about? Like, how do you, bro, in their right mind, thought like, okay, if we fill this metal thing up with rocks and pebbles and stuff, and then we shoot it out of something with so much pressure, it can pierce somebody's skin to kill them. Who thought of that? Where at? Why? You're the reason why the world is failing today. But yeah, if any of that made sense, which I hope it did, but it probably didn't. But it keeps me up at night. And afterlife, number 4, the afterlife keeps me up, because what the hell? What is our purpose on earth? To live in the afterlife forever, for eternity. What is the purpose of afterlife, right? We live on this planet, we suffer, right? Afterlife be like, oh, you reward for surviving all of this, right? I'm sorry, I'm just looking at my hair. Surviving all this, right? But then you go to the afterlife, and now you're rewarded with living eternally. But what's the end to it? There's no end to the afterlife. There's no goal. If you think about that, we're all taught as we grow up that we have to achieve something, right? And then eventually that'll end. You gotta go achieve something else, right? But in the afterlife, like, what is there? Because you're not dying, and I think you're not aging. So then, what's the point? Yeah, I don't want to go further into that. I'll start crying, Loki. Cause, anyways. But yeah, guys, if you want a part 2, I can think of some other tips. Actually, don't ask for a part 2. Because I don't want to think anymore about this. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments. What keeps you up at night? Let me know what keeps you up at night. Thoughts that keep you up at night. And I'll respond. We'll have a discussion about it. Maybe if enough of you respond, I'll do a video of what you guys have to say and touch upon those, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, let me know in the comments. Let me know if you like the video. If you want, subscribe if you want, like